Jasmine Grim's prepared speech, a rough draft, and it's December 15th, 2016. You may begin when ready.
Many people don't think they are racist, but one does not have to be outright judgmental of other races to be racist. Racism, otherwise known as prejudice or judgment against a race or races different to one's own race, is well known. But this kind of racism is called unintentional racism or unconscious racial bias. Implicit bias, which unconscious racial bias is an example of, refers to the attitudes or stereotypes that affects our thoughts and actions unconsciously. Unconscious racial bias is influenced by society, such as the images of minorities portrayed in media rather than personal experience or beliefs. For example, how the media has associated some races with criminal activities, such as drugs or rape. How you can only find certain magazines that usually cater to a specific race. For example, Ebony, which caters to black people, or Latina, which mainly caters to Hispanic people, mainly in areas where that race is very prevalent. The messages passed on by society are ingrained into our minds, unconsciously influencing how we think. Even if people rejected prejudice against other races, somewhere deep in their minds, they might have prevalent negative thoughts about other races. I remember one of my teachers told me about the time when his wife and daughter went to a grocery store, and his wife told him what their daughter said. She was pointing out a lady, and she said something along the lines of, "Look at that black lady over there." The daughter was young, so she didn't know what was bad about what she had just said. But she needs to know that she could have just said, "Look at that lady over there," or as "look at that black lady over there" was unintentionally categorize somebody by their race, which could have negative consequences. I have some questions. Are your friends mainly the same race as you? When you have to see a professional who has a different ethnicity than yours, do you immediately have negative thoughts about them or are on guard? When you first meet somebody, do you immediately associate them with the common racial stereotypes? As in, if the person is black, do you immediately think, "Oh, he or she is going to have an attitude with me," or "I might need to keep an eye on them"? When you sit next to a person with a different race than yours, do they cause your danger alarm to go off? Do you unconsciously scoot away from them or hope you can leave soon? I want you to think about the questions I just asked you. Although this kind of racism is very hard to monitor, it can be prevented or changed. Becoming aware that you use racial bias and being motivated to put down the bias are some of the main ways you can prevent yourself from using racial bias. To keep children from growing up with racial bias engraved into their minds, parents should teach their kids not to judge people of different ethnicities and not to believe in stereotypes. Everyone should learn how the media affects their thinking and how to keep it from negatively impacting our thoughts. And know that not everyone in any race is a criminal, stupid, or lower than any other races. Expose yourself to different races and get to know people, and most important of all, keep an open mind.